it has a shape
It's a lizard.
It's a lizard. It's a lizard.
That's your daughter did that.
Oh, I like it, yes. Right.
It's beautiful,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Yes, it's good.
Are we still talking? Are we still talking?
Of course you are!
You like?
God, no kissing, no talking. No, why can't we kiss? Look at them! Oh, please,
Sit down. Just stop it. Get off.
Well, we had more money, more romance, and more fun in Huddersfield. Join us again soon on Changing Rooms. Bye-bye.
And they're back next Monday at 8:30 here on BBC One.
If you'd like a fact sheet, please send a cheque or postal order for £3.75 to Changing Rooms Autumn 99, P.O. Box 1001, Manchester M60 3JB.
And the Changing Rooms team help you bring your home a touch of Spanish style in the October issue of BBC Good Homes magazine.
Meet Sam.
Should probably scrub up okay after a few skin grafts.
Sam's engaged to Steve.
You really want to do something different, don't you?
Oh, could we, just this once?
Let's have a coffee in World of Leather.
But Sam's met someone else.
There he is, that's it! Dane!
From the creators of Birds of a Feather, BBC One brings you brand new comedy about that funny little thing called love.
Dino, Schultz.
Starting out, coming soon on BBC One.
New accidents.
Why don't you take a pot? Come on!
You're pathetic, you know that.
It's all right, Charlie.
New emergencies.
Why are we the only people who are expected to tolerate scum like that? We're not!
I promise it will not happen again. It's too late.
A brand new series of Casualty. Coming soon to BBC One.
When was the last time you went to school?
Can't remember. Every year, 1 million of us skip school. Hear our story in a programme called Eyes of a Child. Starts in half an hour on BBC One.
This is BBC One at 9 o'clock and the BBC News with Peter Sissons.
A wave of terror grips East Timor and the world wonders what to do. Panic-stricken, hundreds seek sanctuary in the threatened UN compound. Linford Christie is cleared of drug taking, but the case may drag on. And Libya's motoring revolution, the James Bond car designed by Colonel Gadaffi. Good evening. It's the moment of truth for the United Nations in East Timor. Its mission is under siege. The people who had helped to vote are being killed and terrorized, and the result of the vote for independence is being trampled on by armed militias, and all with the open connivance of the Indonesian army who invaded the former Portuguese colony more than 20 years ago. The trigger for the explosion of violence was Saturday's declaration of the referendum result, with thousands of East Timorese now driven from their homes in fear and reports of many atrocities. From the Indonesian capital, Jakarta, David Shukman reports.
Those who get in survive. Those who don't may die. This nightmare scene was filmed at the UN headquarters in East Timor last night. The crush, the desperation follow 3 days of savagery. Outside on the streets, militia gangs are burning and killing, and you can see the effects of that on these people's faces. This UN compound offers one of the few hopes of sanctuary. Thousands wanted to get in, and many were injured in the struggle. This wall of the UN base is topped with razor wire. Imagine the terror driving these people to push their way through. Clothes and skin were torn to shreds. Anything to escape the guns and machetes. The UN was soon overwhelmed.
Close the gate! Close the gate!
But the panic was unrelenting. No one would be stopped.
Tell them.
Soon, dozens were fighting to get over the wire. The injuries were terrible. This was one of the last hopes of escape. The UN teams are unarmed in East Timor, but the victims of this horror have put their faith in the international community to save them. These are among the last journalists in East Timor, and they were cowering from the endless gunfire. Their hotel was under attack and they had to leave. The Indonesian security forces hurried them away. The soldiers themselves were terrified. The army isn't making much effort to intervene in this crisis. Today, in the Indonesian capital, Jakarta, there was outrage from the UN Special Envoy. The entire UN mission is now at risk.
You can rest assured that the international community is seriously concerned with it, because so far it's been an exercise which has gone very well, and it would be morally wrong that it should be destroyed by events of this nature.
Indonesia is under the most intense pressure now. The president knows huge loans are at stake. There may even be sanctions. Yet today he put a positive spin on the crisis.
Come on. What we have achieved right now is one thing. We have achieved the fact that we had a transparent, peaceful ballot. And that, don't take that for granted.
But the military can't be taken for granted either. The army is a powerful force, perhaps more powerful than the government. And its dirty war in East Timor isn't over. This is the headquarters of the Indonesian army, an army accused by many of orchestrating the violence in East Timor. The question now is, who's in charge? While the outside world protests, the Indonesian government promises to intervene. But really and ultimately, it's up to the generals here whether they do. And all the time, the death toll keeps rising. David Shookman, BBC News in Jakarta.
The United Nations Human Rights Commissioner Mary Robinson said the attacks by militia were part of a deliberate policy of terror and displacement in East Timor. And tonight, a high-level special mission organised by